just clicking on it.
Okay.
Should I run through the slides or should we get started? I should run through the slides.
Yep.
Okay. Hello, welcome everyone to this month's session. So this month is the month of May, which is Mother's Day. So we kind of thought of having a session focusing on working moms or working parents. So for those of you who don't know about us, this is a Data Plus Women Singapore group. We have a vision to become the center of data leadership and a safe, diversified platform for women. And we have a mission of helping women in data by providing connection, empowerment, and recognition. So we hold a monthly event, and this is the month of May, so Mother's Day special. We have more events coming up every month. So if you're interested to join us, follow us on Slack, LinkedIn, Instagram, and be notified of upcoming events. So actually, a few of us here are in the organizing committee or the leadership committee of this volunteer group. And we are happy today to have our guest, Amelia, solution consultant currently at Amplitude, but she has also worked in Tableau, LinkedIn, and Oracle. So we will be spending the next few minutes. Actually, I would like to first do a round of intros. I'm not sure if Charmaine, Frank, Lucy, I know you're there. But Charmaine and Frank, if you guys are there in front of your computer, would you like to do a round of intros? Because this is a small group, so we have the luxury of time and the opportunity to get to know each other. I think moving forward, we want to try to have a space where we do some networking, so we actually make some friends.
Yep, sure, I can go. Hi, I'm Shamin. I am a first-time mom to a 5-month-old baby. So very happy to be here with all the working mummies. And that's also why I have to drop off at 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very happy to be here. Thank you.
Lucy, Frank?
Congratulations, Sherman. We hope you've been getting some sleep.
Oh, you're on mute.
Well, I'm not a working mom. I'm just here to support my friends. Yeah, and Amber. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucy. So I've definitely have met these girls long time ago. So good to be here again. I think this topic is definitely gonna relate to me soon or in next few years. I also just got married, so yeah, definitely can relate to this topic. So yeah, good to learn something from all of you guys.
And I think also to introduce us, my name is Fish, and I'm also helping to co-lead the group, and I'm working in Salesforce now, was in Tableau, and very looking forward to hear from Amelia working in, companies of different sizes.
Yep, then will be who?
Do we also want to introduce like Amber, two-liner?
Okay. Hi, my name is Amber. Currently working at Tableau. I'm friends of Frank, friends of Lucy, friends of Amelia, and friends of all the other people. Although the topics is not really related to me because I won't be a working mother, but I still interested in the other's life. Like especially Amelia was my ex-colleague, so I'm very interested in like how she could cope with so much work and together with her baby. Yeah.
Jayashree, Tanu?
Okay. Hi, hello everyone. I'm Jayashree. I am one of the co-leads, as Fish has mentioned already, Evelyn has mentioned. So I am working with InfoSeps and also helping him to organize the events. So yeah, that's all. Currently, I'm not a mom, but maybe this phase might come soon. So better to know about this.
I love the preparation everyone's putting in. Hi everyone, my name's Tanu. I have been with Tableau for about 2.5, 3 years now, and I've been ever since work from home, especially. I think I've had way more respect and way more admiration for moms out there. My parents have come to Singapore for a while, and they're grown adults, but just the fact that I have someone beyond myself to care about has made me wonder how other people prioritize their time, prioritize things they need to do, and just I've just been very impressed by anyone else who's had someone to be responsible for. So I'm super, super impressed by all you moms. And I'm super excited to learn about Amelia because she was my colleague as well. And I learned a lot from her when she was in Tableau.
Cool. I'm from LinkedIn. I am not a mom, but then I also feel that, I want to be prepared with all the information so that I can make the best decisions and choices when the time comes. All right, so I know that Shamin needs to drop at 9, so we're gonna, start things proper. First of all, maybe Amelia, could you start by introducing yourself, both professionally and personally?
Yep, sure. Thanks for having me today. I'm very happy to meet you guys. And my name is Amelia, and I'm originally from China. I came to Singapore when I was 14 years old. So I started secondary school here and then continue my studies in Polytechnic and also NTU. So after I graduated, I joined Oracle from the graduate program to start my pre-sales consultant in Oracle. And then after that, I moved to linking and then started like a more post-sales function. Then I also realized that my interest and my passion is still in pre-sales. Then I switched back to pre-sales, which I landed up in Tableau. So Tableau was my the longest job that in my career so far, which is 3 years. And then beginning of this year, I made a decision to join a startup company called Amplitude. And then now where I am now in Amplitude. And I had a baby in 2019. So my baby is going to turn 2 years old next week. Yeah.
Hey. Okay, I have a few questions, like burning questions, and then I also wanted to give Shamin some chance to ask you some questions in case she has any before she has to go. So I think a lot of us are pretty interested in this one, which is you have worked in established companies like Oracle, LinkedIn, Tableau. What made you make the switch to a startup like Amplitude?
Yeah, so I think I never thought that I will be end up in a startup company before. So there was a headhunter approached me on LinkedIn with this opportunity, and I'm very thankful for him that approached me at that time. So before I hear a lot of story about startup that has been very exhausting, has been very tiring because they move things so fast. Probably the workload is very heavy. So we won't have the chance to have work-life balance. But in the same time, I also heard about a lot of challenge and fun stuff in Amplitude. And then I was also discussing with my husband, there was this opportunity, and then I see that the company and also the product as well as the role. I feel like there will be a lot of opportunity for me to grow because it was it was a small team, and my role is solution consultant, which is also pre-sales, and it will be the second pre-sales in APAC. So I feel like there will be a lot of room for me to grow and make impact with the company. And that's why when I was discussing with him, I was has passion about this company. And then he supported me. So I think that makes me to make the decision that I can go for the next step. So I went through the interview and it went well. And then I end up here now in Amplitude. Yeah. And then I was thinking if I don't try now, probably I won't have the courage to try in the future. Yeah.
And what were some of the differences that you observe being a a working parent in an established company versus in a startup?
Yeah, I think this question, so when I had the baby in Tableau, and then Tableau had like pretty well employee benefit, so I had enjoyed like the 4 months maternity, get well to enjoying the time with the baby, and also all the employee benefit that is pretty good, and also by that time when I was in Tableau, I do believe like work-life balance is pretty going well there. So I had a good life in Tableau. But in the same time, there are some challenges. Just like last year lockdown, so none of us was expected to work from home. And then when I was having meeting, the baby was like crying, shouting outside. I was feeling like a panic when I was doing the meeting with customers. But then we have to adjust. And then there are sometimes like we can't focus at work during the daytime, but I do have the flexibility to like continue at my for my work during the nighttime. So I'm really thankful for that part. And then because of that, I know how it will be. I was prepared like how it would be difficult to changing a job, especially in this pandemic period. So I think to have a supporting husband is also a very like very strong point that you need him to support. Sometimes he needs to jump in to taking care of the baby as well. So for now, I think in a startup company, the things move very fast. And then I do have a lot of like calls with the global team, so which makes like even more challenge. But I think time management is the only like the solution, that we need to prioritize things and manage our time well, and also do a lot of like leisure stuff during the off time. Yeah.
So how do you go about discussing with your husband when you were making that decision? And then after you made the decision, did anything unexpected, stuff that you need to again discuss?
Yeah, I think first of all, we need to do the commitment like it's our baby, it's not my baby. So we need to share the responsibility to raising the baby. So we take turn. Like now, the baby goes to childcare full day. So sometimes I will send her, or sometimes he will send her, and then sometimes I will get the time to pick her up. And then if he's free, and he will also go to pick up. So we kind of like take turn, so that we can manage our time well. So it's not like everything we need to do together. So like to save some like a me time, or to do other things so that we can finish our work on time. Yeah. And then he should also compromise that to get this commitment, like a yes, he need to like contribute. Yeah.
Did he have to put in more since you moved to this new job?
Yeah, so I see the difference, especially the first month when I was in Amplitude, because we do have the boot camp, which is following the US time zone. So that period, it actually he puts a lot of more effort to cover my part. Like I think Sherming knows, like at night sometimes the baby will wake up for like just no reason. Then that's where he would jump in to help while I was in meeting. Yeah.
And then you talked about me time. So what activities do you do for during your me time?
Yeah, I think what I miss the most is to hang out with my girlfriends. So now I really don't have the luxury to like hanging out with them anytime that I want. So during me time, I try to also spend some time like watching TV or taking some snacks. And also if I can like hang out with them, I definitely want to go out with friends, do shopping, do brunch as usual. Yeah. So this is how I want to spend my time.
And then like any other parent currently working from home, how do you cope? What are your coping strategies?
Yeah, I think now, because we're now under like a partial lockdown, so I didn't send our baby to school because of the we don't want to exposure the risk. So I think this time we are more prepared to this kind of challenge compared to last year. So at least like mentally we are prepared, not like last year because it was the first time and then we don't have our parents here, and what we can do is relying on the helper, but she's also the only one that can take care like the full day, but we will also jump in to help during the day, like to take some break from the work and also to entertain the baby. Yeah, so that's the only way that we're doing right now. And then the other thing is no choice, we need to do like a delivery of food because we don't have the time to cook. Yeah, so delivery will save our life.
Yeah, I think maybe one more question before I wanted to also check whether Shami and Lucy had any questions. One is, so you talk about like time management being super important. So like, are there any like tips and tricks that you use to balance like work and life, especially, life as a mom?
Yeah, for that, I think the calendar, I need to manage the calendar well, like to see what time, like during what time I should do like a preparation of work, or like prep my demo, or like connecting with colleagues or teammates, even with the global team. So really like putting like every day, every morning, I will check my calendar, and before the week, for example, like Friday before the week ends, I will also check like preparing to see the schedule of next week, so that I know, at least I know, is it very packed or is it like something I can also put like self-learning, self-development kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple more, but then like conscious that we have a mom here, Shermin. So Shermin, do you have any like questions, or just like, plus one, Amelia?
Yeah, thanks, Amelia. I think my question will be on the part where you decided to take a new role, given that you are a mom to a young toddler as well. So do you think that, or maybe what gave you the courage or the assurance that this is the right time? Because most parents, or even precisely most mothers, kind of give up their career for their kids. They think like, okay, my career is going to take a step back now, given that I become a mom.
Yeah, I think first of all, I'm not that type that will give up my career to be like a stay-home mom, and then I have the motivation like to grow in the career, and most importantly, I think because the kids nowadays, they really need like a financial support, so that's the motivation. Also, like to move for me to move in or progress in the career, but not only on the financial side, and also I think it's the opportunity when it come, like you try to see like the opportunity, and also to measure like will this a good opportunity for you to grow, and what will make you different from the current company, and then if you move to another company, like what you will achieve in the new company. I think for me, I see is the potential of the company that will grow, and the role that I can grow with the company. So that's the most like a motivation for me to move to another company. Yeah.
Have it crossed your mind to kind of wait for like a few more years, or when your baby is bigger?
Yeah, I never think of like I will like change a job, because I feel Tableau on the Salesforce is really like a very stable and a work-life balance company, as well as like the benefit, everything is so good. But it's just that I think the timing that it comes in, and then when you see the opportunity, and then you get to know more, and then study about the product, and then see the potential of the company, like you will see, oh, probably this is something that I want to do, as well as like the coverage of the market that is actually really like for me is to another stage that I can cover like a more market. So for me, it's like a progression that I can really enjoy it. Yeah, so that's the spark that for me to move to a new company. Yeah.
So I mean, am I right to kind of hazard a guess that like you might be considering a move, but not sure if this is a good time?
Yeah, I'm more thinking about that. It's like I am at a good place now, similar to Salesforce, good benefits, work-life balance. And I'm thinking, when do I want to take the next challenge, right? Yeah, thanks Amelia for sharing.
When my friends heard like I was creating like a moving from Tableau to a startup company, that they were very surprised, like, oh, why you are switching your career from a very stable established company to like a startup, which is maybe not so unstable and then not so secure. But I think it's very like a personal things, like if I don't want to try to a startup now, probably I won't like consider again, like in my late 30s. Yeah, again to try a startup. Yeah, because I feel like startup company, they move things really fast and the environment is pretty young. Besides my boss, I'm the only one who actually has a kid in the whole company right now in Singapore. Yeah.
So I will double down a bit on that because I think a lot of us here are
Mm.
in big companies. So I actually want to ask you, so how is it like a startup? What surprised you? Or is this within your is it everything you expected?
Yeah, so I was prepared, like because my husband is also working in a startup company, so I heard a lot of story about startup company, like, or maybe the structure is not so good, and maybe the things is not so organized as established company. But what to my surprise, when after I joined Amplitude, it's a very structured company, and but although the hierarchy is very flat, that everyone works very no like a play work hard and play hard kind of type. So the very difference is in Tableau, probably we work a lot within the region, especially within the market that I have covered. But in a startup company, we have a lot more chance to interact with the global team, especially the product team. So to know like the first-hand information and know the company strategy and how they're going to move forward. Yeah, so I think that's the best, like the very different part that I have seen. And also the other one is like, because the organization hierarchy is very flat, so like everyone like is working together, like so we don't need to go through so many process. So I think it's pretty easy to work for me. Yeah.
Do you feel that you had a chance to take on more responsibilities in a startup?
I think responsibility for my role is still pretty much the same, but I feel like it's the impact that you're going to contribute towards a big company that probably you think like, oh, the contribution is just very like a small or little, like towards like a big company, but in a startup company, like every single contribution does matters. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I personally am very curious because part of me was also, I mean, you've been with LinkedIn, right? So it's like, oh, everything is it's a well-oiled machine, you know, things work very well, very comfortable. But then sometimes you're like, I don't feel like I'm making a big impact, and like everything is working well. Things that could be done has already been done. So yeah, so I mean that statement you made on the impact made me go,
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions from the team?
Yeah, I do have some questions to Amelia. I think the first question is more about the pre-career planning. Sorry if I'm not being offending or offensive about any thing of your personal plan. I'm just curious to know that how do you plan your career together with having babies? Because this is what I'm thinking about right now. I just graduated from my MBA, so I just shifted my career from tech industry to a med tech, so-called med tech industry, and also totally shifted the function as well. So to me, I'm still definitely very into my career growth right now, but I'm also nearly 30, so which is kind of a common, milestone for all of us. So I don't want to have babies so late as well for my, personal plan and also the age, everything. So so I'm planning probably having maybe next year or like in 2 years time, but the next 2 years for my career is also very critical, whether how fast and how far I can go. It will define the next role or the next step for me as well. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of a little bit struggling for me. So just curious, what about Amelia? Like, do you have ever thought about, like, maybe in your like early 25 or something, like have you ever planned, when do you want to have a baby, and what's the turning point of your career at any point of time? Yeah.
I have that question too.
Yeah.
Also curious.
And
Yeah.
curious question.
I think for our baby actually is not say full surprise, but actually we're not like, we are just like taking naturally, like if we have baby then we accept, but if we don't have baby we are also happy with it to go for our like sweet couple life. So so we just take things naturally. I think there is no like a best timing to be defined. Like I also don't know when is the best timing for me. So things just like come, the baby arrive, and then I think that the thing is how we can adapt to the changes. Of course, we can do like some kind of family planning, but sometimes the things just don't happen like the way you want. Yeah. I got you, like you say, like maybe this is like something like the critical career path, but I feel like there is never ending for you to grow in the career. So depending like if you really want to go for the baby, or like you really want to go for the career first, or just like relax and then make things happen naturally. I think probably that's the easiest way. Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't want to push myself that I want to stay in this company for like 1 year and get in the company with a good benefits like Salesforce.
Yeah.
Because I think the benefits at my current company is really not that bad compared to tech industry. So yeah, and on the other side, I feel like the growth in this company is pretty good as well. I think we are or we were from tech industry before or currently. So I know how it feels like, no matter it's a tech startup or it's a tech mature company. But now in this company, it's kind of weird because it is definitely older than my previous company, like Uber and Grab. It's much older, like 30 years or something, but it's still called a startup because they just speed up the growth in the last several years after the CEO just came in. And the company is also very small compared to Uber and Grab. But the pace is like a retiring company. So the leadership pretty much rely on us, like such young people. So yeah, so it's kind of a great growth opportunity. So I feel like, yeah, why not just stay longer and we will see when opportunities come.
Yeah, I think that's the way, like we can, if that's the company like works for you well, and then why not we in the same time just like make things naturally. Like if the baby comes, then it's like just fate. Like
Yeah, that's right. Another question I would say, like, I'm just really curious now how well it is for the Salesforce benefits, like in terms of maternity. If it's not, say that, because I think
okay.
like everything.
So for me, I didn't enjoy the Salesforce benefit because that was I delivered the baby just before the announcement that has made of the acquisition of Salesforce acquired Tableau. but actually the benefit is already on the website. It's very transparent. Everyone knows like how well the Salesforce benefit is look like for maternity. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So funny. Did you so I think I anticipate your answer, but just in case, like, you know, when you had the baby, it was a surprise. Do you think it kind of like, you know, you had to put a pause on some of your career plans or what you were trying to do at work, or was it like no problem at all? Like no biggie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for the first 4 months, so I had the maternity leave for the first 4 months, and then I come back to the workforce. I feel like there was a gap because I stopped like 4 months. I didn't like be away from work for such a long time. So there was a gap, and then especially after that, Salesforce acquired, and then there was a lot of things going on there. So there is need some time to adjust after coming back from workforce. And then I think there is a bit different compared to not having a baby. Like you see your teammates, your colleagues going for happy hour, but then probably you need to rush back on the Friday afternoon because of the baby. So there is some limitation there. So I think there is a give and take. Yeah. Yeah, so different stage we do different things. Yeah.
I actually, Amelia, I had a question on that as well,
Mm.
because like when Tableau was doing DNI, I was kind of involved in all of that. And one thing that I didn't realize that I was not sensitive enough to was we used to keep thinking of DNI events and we were just like always like, okay, let's do after work, 5 o'clock, right? And we always thought like, yeah, I mean, there's no problem per se in doing that. And then we didn't realize that we were not being very inclusive of moms. And I think Sarah Korean, who's a mom, she had brought up the fact that, dude, I can't do 5 because I have to go pick up my kid and have to be with my kid. So like, I mean, I don't know, like, I guess my question is like, when you have like teammates, right? How can like we be like better or helpful to like colleagues with moms, and how can we make it less like, how can it be less of a choice for you to be like, you know, relaxing with us versus, or just being able to have a hangout with your colleagues versus being with your kid?
Yeah, I think I definitely had the experience because I can't, if there is activity going on every week, of course I can't make the time for that
Yeah.
that's so often. But if we because I still need like some time for my colleagues, I cannot like say, oh, because of I have baby, so I need to excuse myself. But and at the same time I still want to mingle with my colleagues. So that's
Yeah.
where I think my husband will come in like, oh, if you go out for that night, then I will cover for the baby stuff. But it just can't be like, for example, every week. Yeah. So that's,
Oh,
I think it's definitely not possible for a working mom unless there are someone at home taking care of the baby. Yeah.
oh.
For example, like grandparents, or like if the husband is very hands-on, then probably he don't have she has the luxury like to spend a lot of more time with colleagues. But if I think my situation without a grandparents here to help, and then only me and my husband, I think I need to control, like manage the time well. Yeah.
Hanu, or we can all gather at Amelia's house and take turns to take care of the
Babysitting.
children for her.
Babysitting. Yeah, I would love to.
Dude, I
Also,
don't think you've seen me with kids before. I don't know if you're gonna want I don't know if your kid's gonna want it. But yeah, that's a
Just
good
to share
point.
with you guys, my husband's brothers, so which is my husband's nephew, is here at our place. So everybody is entertaining with him right now.
Wow.
To play with him. Like if we can't wake up in the morning or we're too tired from work, we just go to play with him for a while. Then we got very energetic. So that's the thing.
Wow.
Better bring the baby to a bigger family so everybody can entertain with them.
That's people say like it's always good to play someone's baby, not your own baby.
We just need to play. We don't need to have a
Yeah.
lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Amelia, your weekends? What you do on weekends?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for now, before COVID, I definitely want to like go out like at least one day a week or bi-weekly to have some time with friends, or I will do like some shopping or grocery shopping, like some like all complete all from the baby. But now since we're at home, so weekend is just like hanging out with baby somewhere in the playground and then coming back. So we don't really do a lot of things. Yeah. But if things like resumed, like open for gathering, I probably still want to go back for some of the social life.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you say that we still work on weekends or something like that.
Oh, I try not to. I try not to work on during the weekend. Yeah, but sometimes I would do at night. Yeah. Mm,
Okay. Okay.
Actually,
yeah, but definitely I think weekend is very important to really complete off from work. Yeah.
actually, I have I'm just curious. So Lucy, have you really thought about, like, you know, when you're gonna start a family or have a baby, you're gonna move to a more like a bigger company with better benefits? Like, is that because I really didn't think about it. Like, to be honest, like I'm like, oh, if I find a place where I can have a bigger impact, I would go probably. But now I'm like, oh, do I have to think about, you know, all these benefits and stuff and blah blah blah?
Yeah, I do think about it before, but it depends on the priorities as well. Like, say if the role opportunity is much better than the benefits, I probably will also take it. Like my current role, I know the benefits very shitty, but I still took the chance to join this company. Yeah, just different priorities at different stages. For the baby thing, I know on previous company have like 8,000 maternity allowance or something. So that's kind of another luxury thing to have. But my current company has nothing, and just the maternity leave, I think. So, but it's also not very important. It's just amount of money. It's just one time. So really not that important. But I just feel like the overall culture, I think, is more critical for me, especially how people respect working moms, like whether they have nursing rooms in the company, those kind of things. But yeah, I think in some companies, I mean, Amelia just trying to start up. I think it's a much smaller startup. They won't have the time to take care of a working mom, maybe. So I think that is more concerning for me. And also, if they don't respect the time, the flexible time for working moms, that's another red flag for me as well. But I think in general, in bigger companies, the overall diversity and inclusion is much better, and also the facilities, and definitely there are more working moms than the smaller companies. So everything should be much better than a smaller company. And also for our age as well, we're still very young, we're not that old. So I think we can adapt very well in the startup company. It's just for a working mom, I'm not sure how our managers or our colleagues will respect our time. Yeah, if they can provide such similar culture, just get things done and respect everybody's time, then I think no big issue at all. Yeah.
Just to add on that point, right? I think I hear from different friends. So I have some friends in Australia, and like their government has a rule about companies having to allow mothers to take up to 2 years leave without letting them go out of the company. And then like for Salesforce, like they get like 6 months of mother's leave for like pregnancy. So I think like hearing from like some of my friends there, like taking time with their babies are important. So like having that kind of benefits is like very like useful for them, like to financially take care of the baby and also able to spend time. And then like different people have different objectives. Yeah.
8 months is quite a lot.
6 months. 6
Sorry,
months.
6 months. Yeah, 6 months is quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, like also like some people like maybe when they have babies, their health may go down, or like they may feel very unwell for a long time and they need the time to rest.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think
Or see
earlier
the
it was
doctor.
3 months, but now they extended it to 6 months. And yeah, with other benefits as well. I think all private companies are 6 months.
Really? I think
Some
Yeah.
companies 4 months only.
Yeah, most
As-
company I think is 4 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if private companies has their own rules, then maybe there must be some alterations.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have
I think
another
the same.
question. It's
Yeah.
like if let's say, I mean, like going back to Tableau time, if you are gonna, I mean, if you have taken or will take 6 months maternity leave, I mean, I'm also not so sure how big is your team. Like, is it like 5 people above, or it's just you or your manager or something? And no matter where you are, actually, no matter whether you're in Tableau or in this current startup, if it's just you and your manager in this current team, if you're gonna go for 6 months maternity leave, generally what's the plan? Is your boss gonna cover your work or hire an intern or have a contractor? Yeah.
Amber will do everything.
Yes,
But I think, yeah,
yes.
I think
Amber,
it's
Amber, yeah.
me. What?
Yeah,
What
you
question?
did. You were my coverage when I
Oh.
went to maternity leave, right?
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
even now,
What is this like?
I think it's all right because in my family, all this maternity work and I mean for taking care of children is all done by fathers. So basically, the only thing my mother do is just give birth to me.
Wow.
So yeah, I never know that there's such kind of like difficulties for working mother until I really come into society and see the world. It's really my father takes care of everything. When I was really little, he just hold me, go to the hospital. My mother just somehow, oh, I'm working, so leave it to you.
Very lucky. Well, lucky man.
Yeah, but thinking Singapore is very friendly to working mother already. For like in China, one of my friends, she's quite little. She is only 26 years old, but she has rejected by the company because she has boyfriend.
Huh?
Which company?
I won't tell the
This
name,
recording,
but
this
it's
recording
really,
can probably not go up.
it's really, they will ask whether you have boyfriends. So whether you plan to get married, whether you plan to have children,
I
or you sign a
actually-
contract.
You
I-
just
That's
put
sad.
I
an
work-
anonymous like a review on Glassdoor for that company. I think
Actually, I because I used to work in Beijing. I interviewed for a company and they asked me that question.
Yeah, it's so personal.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I don't think this is really legal, but of course in China it's legal. Yeah. Actually, Amelia, since the question came up, I'm just curious. In your startup, like, do you face this problem? Like, people do not respect working mom. I mean, respect is a very strong word. Not considerate towards working mom.
or sometimes
think-
too considerate. That will also feel offensive for working moms. Like asking you too many questions. Oh, is that okay for you? Or is that okay for you? Is that gonna be bothering you?
Yeah, I think because of the age group is relatively young, and most of them are just like couple or haven't think about to have a baby. So for that, I generally not to have like a much conversation about baby. I feel like I don't want to bored by the people, like they are not interested. Yeah, so that's something that I take note of. But so far, I think they know like I have baby. They are like trying to respect my time, especially now working from home. They also understand like there is a baby at home. So yeah, so far it's still okay. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. I'm good on my end. I know also we are also a bit over time. Any other questions from the rest?
Just my compliments to you, Amelia. Like,
Thank you
firstly,
guys for organizing.
compliments on your having the courage to take that leap and start something that's truly good for you. Because I guess, like all of us on big companies are so spoiled. I'm not even thinking of a kid. I'm just thinking of my like gym membership, and I'm like, I don't want to let it go. So I can't think of like the amount of courage you would have had to go through that. And thank you for like sharing, so that like it makes us also more confident. Not that I'm leaving Salesforce, but just saying that it makes us more confident.
Yeah, I'm very inspired by Amelia. I met up with you the other day, and I seriously think about, at my age, if I don't do anything wow, like I'll never ever have another chance. I need to be wow now. Yes. It's okay. Tano's still young. Take your time.
Yeah, do more
Yeah, that's what I'm
gym.
saying. I'm at my age, I'm spoiled with like all of this stuff.
Yeah, no worry, Tano, you are super young. You have a
I have
long
a
way
question
to
too.
go.
Work out while you can.
By the way, I have a question to Amber. Like, since now you are a married lady,
You're
so
married.
what if
Oh
you're
yeah, by the way, guys, Amber's a married lady.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
married. Okay.
Congrats. Yeah.
Because I think when we
So,
met
yeah.
Amber, she wasn't married.
Okay. Then what's the question?
So what if your husband because I know you are like a don't want to have a baby at all.
Yes.
That's not under your plan. But what if your husband like say, hey, like I want to have a baby, like should we make it happen? So what's your approach?
I'm a princess, gonna have to convince him not to.
but did you guys have that conversation before?
Yes, I have a very detailed survey for him to fulfill every requirement of me. One of the requirements is the guy has to don't like children and don't want to have children. Because I think it's really have to spend too much energy to to cultivate a child. So, and also spend too much money. I think one of the motivation for to work so hard because you have a child. Am I right?
Part of.
Yeah. So I just want to make my life a little bit easier. So yeah.
Okay, so you do have the agreement before you signing up on the paper.
Yes.
She had another signed a contract.
Yeah.
Right. I have a lot of contracts. No, a lot of you have to sign.
Anything can change, man.
Yeah, anything can change. You never know.
Yeah, actually, this is a serious question. Like, what if suddenly you have a baby? Because my husband, one of his friend, a girlfriend, really doesn't want to have a baby, but accidentally have a baby, and he's depressed, seriously depressed, and so that's a crisis in the marriage, really. So, yeah, it's yeah.
Accident can't happen without the guy, yo.
Yeah.
But she's okay.
She's not okay, really. Like,
I know her feeling. It's like her
The
life
both
has
the
been
couple is
totally
not okay,
ruined
or
by the
the-
child.
yeah, so better
No,
protect
cannot.
yourself then.
Yeah, so scary. I better spend a lot of time working. Now I just focus on work.
Actually, I had a more difficult question, which is like I can't decide whether or not I want a kid. Which is worse. So I'm not married whatsoever. But then like when I kind of am seeing someone, so when the question of kids come up, we're like, I don't know, maybe not, not sure, don't know when. So it's very hard. It's like I don't know whether I want it or not. So I'm not sure what can help me decide.
I think that's too early to discuss about baby. Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know. I still don't know.
I think before marriage, I also don't know whether I want a baby. Sometimes I want, sometimes I don't.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, but
It
after
really
marriage is
like
clearer.
it's not clearer, but like your parents are asking like, so before you marry, getting married, so your parents like, when are you getting married? And then after you marry, then your parents will start asking like, when are you going to have child? So I think that's the question like from the parents. And then after that, we also discuss, it's okay to have, but it's also okay not to have. So just like, let it be. Like, yeah, God will tell you. Yeah.
Hi, Swati. Oh, she here.
She is muted.
She's muted, so not sure. But I mean, anytime, anyway, we should have finished.
Actually, we're wrapping up. Swati, are you
Yeah.
here? Hmm.
No.
Maybe not. Okay. Well, shall we wrap up? Do any parting words?
Good to see you guys again, and nice to meet Amelia. We can connect over a LinkedIn as well.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Lucy.
Wow, the baby
And
is
thanks for organizing.
We shall have afternoon tea together when.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
next month maybe.
Tea.
Okay.
Yeah, so good to see everybody. I like
Thank you so
small
much,
group.
Amelia.
Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a
See
good
you
night.
soon.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.